Welcome to episode 4 of the 10 Commandments of Bengali Cuisine. Thou shalt not use onion garlic all the time, or thou shalt use onion garlic sparingly. You can interpret it either way. But Bengali food, we don't rely too much on onion garlic, and I'm speaking a little bit more specifically about ghoti food, more from the western side of Bengal. A lot of Bengal food does use onion garlic, and there's very specific dishes we use onion garlic with, but it's not a default that you just start cooking by adding onion and garlic. I asked Ma about it, and she said, who has the time to cut onion and garlic? And you know what, to some level she's kind of right, because doing that sort of prep for every single dish is kind of time consuming. So a lot of our vegetarian dishes, we don't have onion garlic. You just do very, very minimal spicing with a vegetable, and it also adds that lightness to the food. So today we're making some begun jhale. Begun jhale, what do you put begun jhale te?
Kalo jire, shukno lanka, hing.
That's it.
Shorsher tele, kalo jire age begunta নুন আর একটু লঙ্কার গুঁড়ো মাখিয়ে তুলে নিবি।
Yeah.
Then you put কালো জিরে ওই সেম তেলটাতে।
Why don't you put a বেগুন ঝালে বা এরকম ভেজিটেবল ডিশে পেঁয়াজ রসুন দেওয়া হয় না?
No.
No পেঁয়াজ রসুন.
Who will take all the hassle of doing পেঁয়াজ রসুন all the time?
True, very true. I love eating begun jhale. I actually asked Ma for a little bit of guidance on this recipe because I want to make the version that she makes. So we're just going to cut the begun. We're going to do it kind of like batons. So firstly, I'm frying the bacon. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. A little bit of salt. Another thing that Ma always says, don't disturb the vegetable too much. Like, you don't want it to like break and become mushy. It's a beautiful thing that I've always seen my Ma cook this way. Like, it's very undisturbed in the pan, which I like, and you're not just constantly doing something, you're letting it be. And all have vegetarian dishes, honestly, they're elite level of cooking. I don't know anyone that cooks vegetables better than my mom. Okay, a little bit of hing, tiny bit. If you've used hing in the past, you know that you need very little. Bit of kalo jire, which is onion seeds. One more stir, very quick. And then you make a gap in the middle. I like buying frozen garlic and ginger because it's really easy, keep it stored, and you know the benefit of this is it doesn't have like the preservatives that the jars have. So this is actually just pure ginger. It's great. Always have it in my freezer. I'm gonna just let that melt a little, and I'm gonna add my cumin powder. It's the only kind of masala going into this on top of this ginger powder. Ginger paste, sorry, not powder. Same with the haldi, just a little bit. Oh, and of course, one shukna lanka, which I kind of forgot to add. Just add it on the side, and then a little bit of oil in the middle. This is not traditional, but I've been doing it for quite a few years now, and that is adding peanut butter into my begun jhale, which I really, really love. It makes it creamy. Obviously, there's, you know, a load of protein in just pure peanut butter, so I'm just going to mix it with a bit of water to thin it down a bit. So just tap water, bit of peanut butter, smooth, not crunchy, and that goes in my begun jhale, which I love. All my friends who eat this from me, they really like it. I'm going to show you one more thing I cheat with. So Ma says to add tomato, okay? Sometimes you don't have tomato, but you know what we always have at home? Ketchup. So I add a bit of ketchup. Then, that's it. You just pour. Now you don't really want to move this too much after this because now the aubergine is quite soft. bit of dhone pata, essential. Very little time. So again, I'm not saying this is a traditional begun chali. This is just my begun chali that I make. It's a little bit less liquidy, but it's so delicious. And no onion garlic needed. This is the thing. I think when you use onion garlic, it's delicious. I love onion garlic. However, for our cuisine, we don't rely on it as a vehicle for tasty food. And I think this is such a good way to demonstrate that. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click on that bell icon.